And what does this button do? I really don't. I hopefully it doesn't do anything terrible or embarrassing because I'm not wearing any pants or anything. But
I think you accidentally ordered it.
ooh.
All right, well, take it away, Dave, while I get myself fixed.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, he's already fixed. But I digress. It is Thursday, and you know what time it is. I'm sitting here wearing my official Figure Action shirt because it's Thursday. It's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is time for the Figure Action Podcast. It's me, yours truly, Trustarscreamer, waiting for everybody else to get their gear in order. Apparently, Maryland Internet is doing slow for ExtraZero. Tegan is off finding a cake, and Matt is off enjoying apparently a 12-year-old. Sorry, hold on, read that note. A 12-year-old Scotch. Matt is enjoying a 12-year-old Scotch right now. So we don't have to worry too much about anything else. And Joe, he's in Florida getting his tail kicked. He will be joining us eventually. It's, of course, been hot as hell over here. I heard it's been toasty up in Maryland and everywhere else across the country. Ironically, that because with heat comes drought, and with drought comes not a lot of things, and with not a lot of things is what I've got. Ironically, I have the floor to myself, and I have not bought a single toy this week. But don't worry, I still have something really cool to show you guys. If you remember my Instagram, I built the Frankenstein's castle. Well, this week I made a part 2. Focus camera. Focus. I'm right here. My eyes are here. With this, this is actually can be used independently, of course. And it's with this model here, it's actually modular, so it connects to my other part of the Frankenstein's castle. I do need to do a little bit of weathering, and I think I need to add a little more stuff over here. I just feel like I don't know if I want to put like a board and chains or something on here. But with NECA expanding on their Universal Monsters collection, I wanted to have the castle display a little bigger. So we have more expansions to it. Probably need to do a little bit of dry brushing, and probably should tag Tech Chucker on all this because this is something I did this week in dioramas. Plug.
There you go. I think it looks good. Stuff.
Oh, where'd he go? There's Zero. Let's bring him up here.
I'm here. I am here. I am back in POG form, as they say. I love my Simpsons references. Yeah, the internet here, it is what it is. I'm hopeful that I will have better internet soon enough, as we got some. I guess I'll start off with how my week was. We went on vacation. It was great. We went to the Carolinas. My realtor unfortunately dropped some bad news on us that the seller decided she wanted to take rent back 4 days before we were supposed to settle, which wasn't great to hear. So unfortunately, we won't be in our new house until September now, which sucks. So, yeah. But, hey, could be worse. We could have nowhere to go.
Good.
So, yeah. So, I hate to say it is what it is, but it is what it is. We had a good time at the beach. My family came down. Alexa's family was there, and her extended family, my aunt, uncle, cousins. So, it was a good time. And then I came back to some good figures. I guess I'll start off. We'll do worst to best. Trax. If you saw T-Man's review, T is not kidding about Trax. Like, Trax is probably the weakest Kingdom figure there is. I had to do all kinds of fixes on this guy. Mine has a couple of stress marks right here to the point where I actually worry about the integrity of the plastic, where as soon as he comes back in stock on Amazon, I will probably...
serious technical difficulties, folks. I apologize.
Am I in and out here?
You're more than a bad joke I can make right now, but I don't want to offend the ladies.
I guess that means I'm going to have to be on my phone this evening. So give me a minute, and I'm going to switch over. And I do apologize. The internet at the Future In-Laws just is not the best. So.
Okay, folks, the internet gods are against us today. I apologize. This is what happens when we don't have Matt here to stabilize us. Everything goes off out kilter. But if you guys do, like, I know 3 of you actually follow my YouTube channel. That would be probably no effort randomness. But I did do a formal review for the G.I. Joe Baroness figure. Spoiler, I loved it. But if you go to my channel at Trustarscreamer here on YouTube, and you can be one of my 25 views. Oh, great. I'm the one lagging. I can't tell. Is this me that's the problem or Zero is? This is going to be really awkward in a little bit. Okay, he's gone. He's on mute, so I guess. Okay, it's just me in here right now. But yeah, so I did do absolutely love this figure, and I do want 2 more of these guys. But it's been some interesting stuff news-wise. I'll probably have to pull up the docket here. Because apparently I am just me right now. But there, I know Zero likes to start off news, but me, get things up here. This is awkward, and I apologize. I'm not used to running the solo show here. Hasbro, of course, did start off with one of their many
All right.
Here.
I'm doing this again. I'm doing the awkward phone thing where I have to manage this. I don't know what's up with the internet tonight. It hasn't been that bad. Oh, wait. Brill says my internet was fine. You were. I don't know. As long as I'm not lagging on the phone, we'll see how this goes.
Zero phone home. This is getting.
Can you hear me?
Come on.
This is weird. Audience, can you hear me?
See if I can get this screen share going. But there is. Oh, there he is.
But I guess you can't hear me at all.
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Am I like coming through okay?
This was really awkward, man. I'm sorry.
So that's what happens when we have you never know when you're gonna have fun technical difficulties. But I see you got through the intro. I guess I got some cool stuff I still want to show off. I'm not sure if the vacation story came through, but I guess like I said, I got Trax. He's kind of crappy. Watch T-Man's review. He is definitely the weakest of the Kingdom line. I'm not a big fan of this figure. Mine has stress marks. I had to do kiki all over the joints, and the stress marks here, they're hard to see on camera, but I mean, just if he comes back on Amazon, I'm just going to request a replacement because I can see on my copy just these panels breaking because every time I transform them, the stress marks get worse. So not sure what's up with him. And this was the only figure I think I got this week that was bad. I happened upon the Worlds Collide pack in Target this week, and it is worth it for this Primal or Nemesis Primal and the toy Black Arachnia. Both of them have superb paint. The Bumblebee that is in there is just okay. The Fangry, I want to love him. I was able to fix mine using Kiki. But yeah, out of the box, this thing was a nightmare. There's some serious mold degradation going on, and it sucks because they're going to continue to use this for the other Headmaster Junior monsters. So a little disappointing to see that that it's deteriorating this bad. I did also find the Origins Bumblebee, who is an amazing figure. I can't believe Hasbro jacked up the price on this guy. I have Matt's over here, so let me grab that real quick. I'm just gonna go off camera. I picked one up for Matt. I picked one up for T. And a lot of reviewers haven't really been. I guess they didn't really care about this all that much. But this is the box you get. He's $23.99 at Target, and there's nothing in here. Sorry, I'm fingering your figure, Matt. Though I think you'd appreciate my technique.
That right there is that's $23.
This is $23. Now you do get a lot of accessories with him. You get the jetpack, and you get the gun, which are painted silver on the box, but are just cast in black plastic. And you get these energon rods. You get 5 of them that he cannot hold. I like this figure a lot. I think it's done well. I think it's painted well, but it's absurd to me that this is how they chose to market their higher price point. I don't know. I can just if you've been around Target,
is there another figure in that box?
There is not.
There's enough room for 2 more figures in that box.
I know there is. It's like you can see all the way down here.
And for $23,
man, I think that they should have tried to make this look more premium, like they do with their Titan class figures, like they do with their Commander class figures, rather than having this open box, which makes it look very cheap. Yeah, very shopliftable. You're going to see people popping the heads off. Like I said, if you go on action figure swap outs, you're seeing a ton of LeBron James figures with no head right now. I've been to many Targets and Walmarts where there's headless LeBrons around there. I look, I get what they're trying to do, but like protect the figure. I mean, you can use like a corn syrup that actually acts as plastic. They use it for cups. It's eco-friendly. It's biodegradable. If you're going to raise the cost, at least just use a tiny bit of that plastic on there to, make sure the figure is protected, in my personal opinion. Next up, I have him over here. I got the Batman Beyond Shriek that I messed with a little bit, and this is a very good figure from McFarlane. I'm very excited for Blight. And I'm also really excited to finish this, was it Future Batman?
Kind of. It's a weird thing from the comics. And it's a robot using both of them. It was one of the the Batman Beyond comic was not one of DC's best.
Yeah. Still, I like this design a lot, and I'm glad to have the arms on them so the little shoulder pieces aren't just floating around. And lastly, and the one that I'm by far the most excited about, I got myself an Arc.
Don't look at it. Oh, that's only if you open it.
I mean, I've transformed him. This figure is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. In hand, like this stuff, I don't really notice it. I think this figure is great. I've transformed him back and forth a couple times. My biggest complaint is really just that you have to have things lined up perfectly. It's not a hard transformation, but you do have to have things lined up perfectly for it to really lock in. But the play value is definitely here. It's a lot of fun. It's got a good heft to it. It feels really solid and sturdy, and I really like both modes. I'm probably going to be leaving him in the Arc mode, of course. I have the Planet X Nemesis. I'm sure Hasbro will do their own, and then I guess that Planet X one will get to be Triptychon on the shelf finally. But this thing's super cool. Highly recommend him. And that is, I think that's it for me. Over the past couple weeks, I don't think I got anything. I don't think I got anything else. I don't think about it. But we do have a lot of cool stuff to cover. So let me go ahead and let's get us right into this news. And
Yeah, I had the Shriek figure in order. I had to pull out on that one just because, again, same reason I'm not doing the Master Universe. I had to draw some lines. It looks amazing though.
You know, I'm very choosy with my DC figures and my McFarlane figures. So for me, really, it came down to I love Batman Beyond. I wanted both flavors of the Batman Beyond figure, the masked and the unmasked version.
I did get those, and they did not disappoint.
And with that masked version, the Build-A-Figure piece, I just was like, man, this is just, I have no attachment to that Joker. I just really wanted to build that figure. I was like, this looks really cool. I wanted Shriek. I wish they had done Ink instead of Batwoman in that line.
I agree with you completely, but Batwoman is prominent in the comics, so that's probably why.
But still, I mean, I'm gonna, at this point, I'm gonna get it. I like that McFarlane makes their Build-A-Figures 4 figures instead of 5. It's kind of cool. It makes it a little bit more accessible. But let's get into our news here because we do have quite a bit to go over. We're going to do everybody's favorite segment. I've been meaning to make a little intro for this one.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yes, but I don't think it uploaded properly.
Oh.
I don't know how I can pull it up if I can just I can't just load a file on here.
Yeah, it has to be an MP4.
Oh, well, in that case then.
What?
This week in repaints.
All right. So, yeah, you know what? You love it. It is quickly becoming our first segment for Transformers because, God, does Hasbro love themselves some repaints. And this week we've got kind of an interesting duo to look at. I personally didn't see these coming, but they are more premium figures, and that is the Ratchet and Siege Starscream. Okay, I see what they've done here with Ratchet. Obviously he's got a properly painted face and more details picked out.
They dipped it in wash. That's also looks like they just put a wash on Starscream.
You know what I think is the biggest missed opportunity with the Starscream?
Okay, what?
So when Thundercracker came out, he actually had the smirk face.
Right.
And, yes, you can just pop off Thundercracker's head and put it on Starscream, but just do an official release with the correct face on the figure.
It would help.
We'll go through the gallery real quick.
It looks like, honestly, let's take all the ones we didn't sell and run them through another coat of paint. It got the Ultra Magnus treatment is what it did.
Basically, I mean, there is some layering here. If you look at it, you see some metallics, you see some matte, you see what appears to be wash. The space dust, dirt, whatever you want to call it, is a lot more refined.
I mean, that's what the Siege much should have looked like to begin with.
Oh, absolutely. This is not a $50 repaint. Obviously it shouldn't be $50 to begin with, but import fees.
$23 for a Bumblebee Legend.
Yeah. Well, actually, out of packaging, that Bumblebee is it's substantial as the Cliff Jumper and the other Bumblebee, but still, I agree. Again, here that it's fine. I can quickly see this one becoming like a clearance item with like a lot of shops like TF Source and.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I hate to say it, but that's beyond the. I can do that. I can literally do that. I would rather have had them make cone heads out of that.
Absolutely.
Mold. There's so many more things you could have given me out of that one.
Dude, Takara, 3-pack. For God's sakes, like people have an actual fighting chance to get those.
Yeah. So, okay. Next,
Ratchet.
Ratchet.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you're not happy with the Studio Series one, this
Here's a
is
$50 one.
he's not going to be 50, but he's probably going to be closer to like 30, 35. I mean, this looks acceptable. Like, you have the rims painted, you have all the lights picked out in silver. Really, though, if you have a Gundam marker, this is something you could do yourself.
Yeah. I mean, Joe wants me to do a tutorial on dry brushing. I still think I should probably do that. But I swear, a little bit of dry brush, you can make your figures look so much better.
Yeah. I think there's more tempo work on here. I mean, my mind's packed away, so obviously I can't see it. And this is one where if it went on clearance, honestly, I would pick it up. If it came down to like regular Studio Series price, I would get that Ratchet. But Starscream's a hard pass for me all day.
That's a joke. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's a joke.
Yeah. And next up, we actually have not one, not two, but three Masterpiece repaints inbound. Well, one, we'll get this one out of the way first, because she's not really a repaint as much as she's a remold, but not that extensive of a remold. And this one's also kind of on the weird scale because, well, this is more like a Masterpiece Thrilling 30 toy or Takara Legends toy. So we have Nightbird here. She's an official numbered Masterpiece release, so she's MP55. I think it's cool that they're doing this. I mean, she's in the correct scale depending on what animation cell you're looking at.
There's things I really like about this, and she's available for pre-order on the Hasbro Pulse Shop.
Yes.
For $145.
I will wait for that sweet, sweet Amazon Japan discount.
I keep saying that things like this should be what Super 7 should be going for.
Absolutely. Now, I think they might. And we'll get into that. I'm going to talk about the Super 7 new releases because there's one on there.
Yeah, but specifically figures like this. Nightbird, Autobot Spike, DevCon. Figures that you really didn't see. Well, I know DevCon transformed, but he didn't have a real transformation. I think that's what Super 7 should be doing, as opposed to RED rehashes. I mean, this is cool. I have the Nightbird that was made out of the Thrilling 30 RC, actually, and I do like that figure. The accessories look good. Actually, the swords look almost like the same ones from the Thrilling 30.
Yeah, they do. That's why I said, this is kind of like an homage to that Thrilling 30 figure, more or less. And
I did love that figure.
I did too. I had sold mine to T, kind of regrettably, but I was downsizing that collection a bit. She comes with a lot of cool accessories. I mean, the throwing stars. You get oddly an alternate. I don't think that actually is a mouth. I think it goes under. I think it's just more of a surprised face. You get RC's guns redone in black. You get her beam sabers, the Thrilling 30 style swords, the size, blast effects.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks solid, but.
So Jedi Mindset says, going to get her. Haven't bought an MP in years, and the Takara Deluxe one is sitting in my nightstand, so I am in. Yeah, I can definitely.
I mean, if I had the money, I could totally see doing the RC and the Nightbird back to back, doing the kind of Charlie's Angels like badass femme fatale pose.
T says no trade backs. Yeah, I just hope that if they do a Chromia, they don't. I mean, that they're going to do Paramedic this mold too. I just hope if they do Chromia, they please, Takara, give her own original mold.
So, but cool. I think some people will be enjoying this figure, and I am very happy for them.
Likewise. I mean, I'm going to get it. God, we're probably going to get a Lita 1 out of this now too.
Yeah.
So.
I'm surprised that back in the day when MMC was doing all those RC variations. They didn't do a Nightbird.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked too. I just think that they kind of, I hate to say it, I think they had higher standards than Takara.
No, I'm saying that would have been a really good TFCon exclusive, for example.
Would have been. But I think they probably were like, yeah, we'd give her own mold or give her something unique.
Yeah. All right, cool. Next.
All right, next up, we have a figure I knew was coming. Nope. And let's get into this. Paste. This is the Senator Crosscut. Bear with me here, because I lost my ability to share. Let me get back here.
He's bad at
There
sharing
we go.
stuff, folks.
It's difficult working between a phone and a PC, so I have to push all the buttons on the PC, and I have my phone in front of me. God, I cannot wait to have good internet again. So yeah, when Reboost came out, I saw right through Reboost, and I was like, why didn't they just do Crosscut? Why is he Senator Crosscut? God, I don't know. Crosscut was an eHobby exclusive original character. He got a G1 style toy years back. I've always liked the aesthetics of this figure.
And he got a Power of the Primes figure too.
I believe he did.
Yeah, when they did Skids, they did the repaint to Crosscut too. Was that Power of the Primes?
Oh, that was Sterling 30.
Sterling 30. Yeah.
Yeah, because they use that really nice cherry red on that figure too. I would have loved to.
And I really like the wrist guns on that mold.
Yeah. But and yeah, the way they swung out was really cool. Yeah, and this guy, he's priced kind of like Skids and Reboost. I'm really thinking I'm probably just gonna skip Reboost and wait for him to go on clearance. I definitely
Reboost has no purpose. This has more of a purpose, I think, than Reboost.
Yeah, Reboost he's not even he's an original character in the Masterpiece line. I mean, I think Loud Pedal, or even Loud Pedal, had a figure that was an eHobby exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this looks awesome.
Looks good in the colors. I mean, I think it looks I think it looks a little nicer than Skids, a little bit of a color palette breakup.
Yeah. I think that like metallic silver they're using here, it's like very, very much like something you'd see on like not a premium figure from the 90s, but like, it's like back when you used to have the RoboCop figures, and they would use like that silver paint that was like heavily, it looks like it's like applied real thick. I'm getting vibes from that. Probably sounded crazy to everybody, but it's bringing back some memories of the paint on the Ed 209 I used to have.
I can see that.
Yeah, you get the scooter, you get all the accessories. Nuts that they're selling this figure low and you're getting a decent amount of accessories. I mean, they get the shot of all three of them. And yeah, you can definitely see that Reboost is just a 1-to-1. He is the same figure as Crosscut here.
Yeah, just a cherry red.
Yeah, I mean, he looks
the silver. I think cosmetically the silver looks better.
Way better.
So, but hey, they're getting their 3, so that means they're getting their Seeker trio out of each mold now.
We might actually get a Decepticon version. I would not be shocked if we did. Like, hey, we've got a mold we can sell for under $100. Let's milk it till the cows come home.
Moo. Next
up, and our last one, it's a repaint, but I didn't actually throw it in this week in repaints because, well, it's a mainline character. This is the alleged prototype of Masterpiece Cliff Jumper. My God, this looks bad.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire. Especially I think the biggest I don't want to say like issue here, but it is, we just saw that Fans Toys version, and
I mean, it's gonna have that. It's gonna have the same backpack that Bumblebee 2.0 has, which
yeah,
I mean, I have not been wowed by a masterpiece in a long time, to be frank.
So here I'm gonna pull Parkour back up over here, which is the one we just saw. We looked at him a couple weeks ago. Yeah, well,
I mean, Hellion
my
looks
rocks
Hellion
there.
and Turbo look better than that.
Yeah. We'll just go back and forth here. You know, it's funny. I think even T made a comment. Do you think they're still going to come out with this if Takara turns around and reveals theirs? And I won't be surprised if this comes under the Robot Paradise line. But I really want to see like Fans Toys release this, just because I hate that official Masterpiece Bumblebee, and this is just...
I still like Bumblebee 1.0.
He's fine.
So much better than 2.0. 2.0 has those clumsy backpack. Yeah. It's got those ugly ass feet. 1.0's got the semi-hollow body, but you know what? It still looked good. It scratched all the itches. Yeah.
I just think the issue with Bumblebee and why they did the 2.0 is, you know, the 1.0 didn't meet that tune aesthetic. But I just think they needed more time to make it. I mean, what they came up with here is just not good.
No, it is not.
And, you know, if, T7 Nowhere says that MP45 is trash, I returned it. Yeah, I kept it. I mean, I collect all the Masterpiece stuff, but I just like, I'm hoping that Fans Toys not only comes out with their Cliff Jumper, but if that figure's good, please do a Bumblebee.
You know, listen to what we're saying right now. It used to be 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when third party started doing all this. You bought the third party as your proxy.
Yeah.
And then you bought when the MP came out, you retired your third party and you took that
placeholders.
Now it seems the MP is the placeholder until third party comes out with something a little bit better.
Not always. I mean, I was really interested in that one Starscream, for instance, until I got my hands on the official, and I love that official Starscream. I am still shocked that, in fact, you know, I don't have the most desk space, but here he is. I've had this guy as a desk bot since I got him, and I really like messing with this figure and posing him around, and
cool.
I was just pleasantly surprised.
I still think, I like the Meteor design better myself, or whatever that new one's coming out. Oh, that new one looks.
Yeah, the
deformation.
Yeah. And you know, I do think that one's going to have better articulation, but I just think the aesthetics, at least in hand, I've just been really impressed by the official and how they mix matte and gloss. It's a very well done figure. Parts that shouldn't be painted are not painted. Parts that are, you know, I'm not going to go down that line again, beat the dead horse, but just really, really impressed with it. And I just wish there was more consistency with Takara.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, it's a whole can of worms right there.
Next up, those Super 7 figures we talked about. Well, there's been a reveal for Wave 2. And this one's pretty interesting. So we don't get any more Action Masters, which is kind of shocking. I thought they were going to pepper in Action Masters, but we actually get, as you can see up there, I guess that's the only image, we're getting a Grimlock, a Trax, Megatron, and Bludgeon. Obviously, you're sighing.
I am. Again, the Grimlock is perfect. The Grimlock is dead perfect for what Super 7 should be doing.
I agree.
Trax, not so much. Megatron, maybe. That Bludgeon, if they had actually made that a little more serious looking.
I'm sure he's going to have different heads.
Well, he looks like the Pretender shell, except deluxe version of Pretender shell. So I really like that. And that I think is a really cool thing that Super 7, that works with the Super 7 aesthetic, is the Pretender shells.
Yeah.
So I mean, in season 3, I think Grimlock transformed like 3 times.
And
And
Jay's
2 of
giving
them
him
were in the episode with the Protectobots. It was when he made not the comic Protectobots. It was when he made the Technobots.
Jay's giving him thumbs down. I looking back, I don't like what they did to his character in season 3, but definitely kidified him. But still,
that Bludgeon though, again, what I was saying before of the non-transformings, but still, like that's a great direction. The Pretender Shells, the Action Masters, and then, like I was saying, those one-off characters, those oddball characters that were never had toys made. I think would be great. Like those Sentry bots that Shockwave had, another good one to be used.
Yeah, and that's definitely some missed opportunities here. Like Nightbird was the first one that came to mind. Autobot Spike is another one.
I said Autobot Spike.
Did you? I apologize.
I might have been cutting out at the time, but yeah, Autobot Spike. Hell, even Bot.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one. It's just it's so weird, like how they're picking what characters to do.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of weird. Like the first line, it's 2 Action Masters, Prime, and God, what was the other one that they're doing in it? It's Bonsaitron, Bombshell, and what's the 4th one?
Bonsaitron, Prime.
Yep.
Bombshell. I think, wasn't it Megatron?
No.
Croc.
Yeah, so they're wait, I thought one of them wasn't a an Action Master.
Anyway,
but yeah, I just think that they need to figure out, they need a better plan for what they're doing here. I think with like the G.I. Joe line, they have a way better implementation of what they're doing. Hey, we're gonna
the Power Ranger one still is kind of interesting.
Yeah, the Power Ranger one's interesting. It's just I think that Hasbro is doing a good enough job with Lightning Collection. So
like I said, the only thing I'm interested for the Rangers was the Zords.
Yeah.
But
Sport just says no one cares.
Yeah, I hate to say it. Yeah, I mean, but by doing things like this, if they had opened up with Bludgeon, I think that would have been a much better fanfare. So, plus with their scale, they're large enough to look like they're fitting a regular masterpiece inside them.
Yeah. And I mean, how long before we get the it's Starscream. Starscream is
right.
Yeah, it's Starscream's Ghost. Is the
I haven't had a copy right here.
Yeah, Wave 1 is really weird. You're gonna do Starscream's Ghost, Prime, Bonsaitron, and Kickback or Bombshell. Yeah, it's almost like they're doing a grab bag almost for characters. It's cool that they're not doing strictly the we're gonna do the vanilla core cast. We're gonna give you some interesting ones in the first couple waves, but this would like some rhyme or reason here.
Cool.
But all right, so next up, this isn't so much figure news, but it's a cool announcement nonetheless. They announced this week that TFCon Baltimore, which is going to be here faster than you think, Bob Budiansky is going to be a guest. Now, Bob is the godfather of Transformers Generation 1. He basically wrote all the bios and came up with the characters and their names. If you watch The Toys That Made Us, which is a great documentary on Netflix. It's a series, but they do basically documentary episodes. The one for Transformers is amazing. They talk about Bob a lot. So if you are interested in going to TFCon, this is probably going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because I don't think he makes that many public appearances, and I know he is getting up there.
That is a panel I am very interested in.
Yeah, and he also did some artwork too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I
Yeah,
told you I met the artist for Transformers way back in the, right?
If you did, I don't remember the story.
Yeah, I was at one of the conventions here that came through Raleigh. I actually have a signed piece of Megatron a signed original Megatron that he did.
Oh, awesome.
Oh yeah, he's Argentinian. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this convention. I'm looking forward to getting back to a convention. Unfortunately, with our move date getting bumped up, it's gonna be pretty tight. And Lex is like, we should do a Halloween themed housewarming party, and I was like, TFCon. So we're trying to figure out our housewarming around TFCon. So at least I am so far. But I mean, we do have the following weekend is going to be the 30th. So Saturday is the 30th. But I'm like,
yep.
Yeah. I don't know if people are going to have like Halloween plans. I always think it's going to be like difficult to get people. But anyway, I'm excited for that. Let's get into our third party news because we have some cool stuff to talk about.
Ain't no party like a third party.
And I do have our intro, as weird as we've been with technical issues this evening. I will come full circle with that intro because we are going to talk about that Blitzway Voltron here. So, Shockwave's Lab, they've been really cranking out a lot of upgrade kits lately, and the Arc, as I mentioned, I think this figure is awesome. They've got their kit coming out. I think this is up for pre-order in certain sites right now. This is actually two different kits. One is called the Eye, one's called the Transport. So the Eye this is actually pretty ingenious. This is actually a remote-controlled LED. You don't have to modify the figure at all. There's a little hole below the screw port on the neck, and they actually came up with this little button that fits in there and an LED module here, so you can give your figure light up eyes. This one I would probably skip just because, as you can see here, the Hasbro platform. Yeah, so he's going to look like he's angry. I think the light piping in the figure is more than adequate, to be honest. But I think this is a cool concept nonetheless. A little remote controlled LED where you don't have to take the figure apart.
This is neat.
This one, yeah, this one's really cool. So the Transport, this is basically a stand for you to put your Arc upright, and it also does come with or is it not? This one does not come with the filler pieces, so I stand mistaken. But it does come, it is made so you can actually port in the tracks from Omega Supreme.
Yeah, that's actually, I think that's really cool.
So, yeah, I will probably get the Transport just for display purposes because I plan on having this in shuttle mode. I know people are coming out with filler parts for you have tons of companies with filler parts for the sides, but if you have it upright, you're not going to notice anyway. But really, really cool stuff. Next up, I wish T was here because I know this is a mod that he's definitely going to be interested in. DNA Designs has this kit coming for movie masterpiece Starscream. Now, if you watch T-Man's review, he does like a how-to for giving him elbow articulation because he didn't have a bicep rotation, how you can fake it. Also, hey, he comes with a little Frenzy figure that transforms into a gun for Barricade. But yeah, so this is basically a replacement elbow and forearm piece for Starscream, so he can get the poses like that. And then
I like that.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I pre-ordered the set pretty much immediately. I think this is pretty cool. That Frenzy is actually not going to be that small, really. I have the Barricade. He's probably going to be like a 3.5 to 4 inch figure. And it's really cool that they, gave him the gun, the gun mode for Barricade. I'm just going to have, truth be told, I'm just having a robot mode, but I also really like that you can get proper bicep rotation for Starscream too. So you need to get yourself a little fan.
It is dude. It is. This house is. My AC is on the struggle bus.
That sucks. When I was in the Carolinas this past week, it was actually normally our beach houses are pretty cool, but the one we were in, it just the bathroom got like the Arctic temperatures, but the bedrooms just didn't have proper vent placement, so I ended up picking up this little USB powered fan at Walgreens, and it's nice.
I'm aware of the heat issues here in the Carolinas.
I mean, when you live there, you gotta know. But I've enjoyed having this fan because I can just kind of plop it anywhere. And,
I've got one on order on Amazon already.
Oh, there you go. So next up, we're not done with arm replacement yet, and this figure has really yet to hit.
Heavy add-on.
Your NPM 12 gets brand new arms. Here's the before. Here is the after. The main objective here, as you'll see in a minute, is not really. I guess he does get better articulation. He gets better articulated hands. You don't have the weird V-shaped tortilla chip things coming off the top of the truck now. Yeah, to me, this is just going to come down to like, when I get the figure in hand, is it going to bother me that much? He's going to stay in robot mode. So this is a really, I don't know kind of thing.
What that is?
So NPM 12, Dr. Wu is creating an add-on kit here. Brand new arms for this figure. Also, you can not have the tortilla chip on the roof. Strangely enough, he didn't fix the. I say he because I don't know the doctor. You know, if doctor was a person or company, it didn't replace the smokestacks at all. It looks like you're carrying over the same smokestacks, so they're curved no matter what. But yeah, no kitty cat ears. And I can't remember. It's been a minute since I watched Pake's review. I can't remember if he had 90-degree or over 90-degree elbow bend.
Oh, that was quick.
That was quick. Is tonight the night of bad internet?
Yeah, I keep fading off and coming back for some reason. Might be a StreamYard thing.
It could be. Because Raul was in here. He was like, Dave was fading. Dave couldn't see me. So it could be a StreamYard thing.
In here.
He was.
Well, we heard he was talking. We were talking about tracks, and where there's tracks,
yeah,
there's Raul.
Raul actually manages one of the. I believe he does the Nerd Rage Radio social media.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So
I follow their Instagram, and they post all types of weird artwork.
Brad Harper says, Dr. Will is the Willy Wonka of add-on kits. I'd be inclined to agree.
Is that as much as him?
What's that?
Does that cost as much as him?
No idea yet, since this is still in the prototype stage. But, you know, I'd be willing to bet for a pair of arms, they will probably charge $40. So not quite an arm and a leg, but an arm and an arm.
And he's already. I hope the price is cheaper when it comes up.
I do too. Like when Toy Dojo had this guy up, I was like, I will wait for it to hit Target, and I will hope to God that it is like the same as Starscreamer. Well, it's Optimus Prime, but I don't think it's gonna be the same as, the Dorito Starscream.
I think it should be $120.
That's what he's gonna be at Target.
better be.
Yeah, and Hasbro Pulse is yet to list them. Hasbro Pulse's UK page has them up for 120, but the US page doesn't have any listing for them whatsoever.
Which is weird.
Very weird.
Next.
Well, before we get to next, did you get one? How the hell are you? And two, happy birthday to your mom. And three, did you get anything cool?
I'm
this
sure
week?
she said thank you, and I am good. And I'm only gonna show this. This just came in from Target. Anything else? Subscribe to T-Man978 on YouTube. He has a lot of cool things over there.
Well, how many Vipers do you have now? You have 2 or 3?
3.
Okay. Lucky bastard.
And I have 2 Cobra Troopers, and whenever Amazon feels like shipping my infantry, I'll have 4 of those.
I got it.
I think they charged me like twice for the infantry and gave me my money back.
Yeah, that's what they did to me.
But it's still saying on it, it's listed like they're coming out Friday or something.
Cool. Next.
Dave's not messing around.
Hey,
Next up, this is a figure we've seen the prototype of. New third-party company. I can't remember what their first release was, but this is Mech Alliance 02. This is a Bumblebee movie masterpiece scaled Soundwave. We've seen gray prototypes before, but this is, I think, the first time we've seen it painted and in alt mode. I think this looks every bit as good as the 3A, to be honest. You also get your
Ravage looks nice.
Ravage. And we can look at the tank mode.
Wow.
You know,
That is horrible.
We had to come up with something, folks.
yeah. I mean, if you can't transform in anything nice, should you transform in
That is terrible. I mean, if you look at the War for Cybertron video game, that looks about as good as anything they had in there, where everything kept shifting and moving.
I
Yeah.
freaking miss those games. Why the hell they shut down High Moon?
Because Activision's greedy and they had a Bill Cosby suite.
Yeah.
That's
Just
a true
kidding.
story, too.
But I'm just saying, like those High Moon, those 2 High Moon games were amazing.
Their Deadpool game was pretty good, too.
I have it. Yeah.
And despite the fact that they were rushed through it, it ended up being a pretty decent game. T7 Nowhere says he's a garbage can. This kind of looks. This kind of looks like something Jim Henson would have created out of like garbage. Like I see the face.
And the nose on the top of the head.
Yeah. Hey guys.
It looks like a psychopathic Johnny 5.
It does.
How come we
totally-
don't have a Johnny 5 yet?
I've been asking that question for years. Like, there's so many people that make the 3D printed ones, the kits and all.
We have everything 80s. Like he should have been in that Walmart commercial.
Yeah, you think NECA would have picked up the license for that?
That's actually, yeah, they'd have license for everything else.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said when there's not a Johnny 5 Funko Pop.
Ooh, ow!
I mean, hey, I'm being real. There's something to be
You
said.
are being real.
Maybe Wally killed him. Disney is like, don't make him because we need to sell this Wally crap.
Dang, man, that
cut deep.
That and Buckaroo Banzai.
Or maybe they're canceled because of that guy who was playing the Indian dude.
Yeah. What was funny was like hearing Sony talking about finding out about that.
Dude, the actor is so regretful about that.
Yeah. Like
I wouldn't
Sony,
ever know, to be honest with you.
Nobody.
I haven't watched that movie in forever.
I mean, yeah, nobody really knew for a while, and then all of a sudden it came out. Like, yeah, it was just a white dude in brown face. And people were like, "Oh, that's fucked up." And Sony was like, "Yeah, I found out about that. Fuck Johnny 5."
Johnny Five is alive. Well, Johnny Five wasn't in brownface.
No, he
All right,
wasn't.
what else?
He was in Goldface at the end, but that's a different story.
I'd almost take it. You know what? I'd almost accept a remake of that just because.
Did you see Chappie?
Okay,
It's pretty-
that is also had Diane Antwood in it.
Yeah, I know. And little insider story. I have a friend that worked in film for a long time, and so he'll tell me like who's cool and who's not. And he's like, yeah, Hugh Jackman is one of the nicest people you can work with or ever has to work with, allegedly. Secondhand info. And he was like, apparently, like Ninja and Hugh Jackman were like oil and water, could not work together, and that completely had to rewrite the movie because of that, and because of the fact that Neil Blomkamp was like such a big fanboy of Diane Wood, he wouldn't write Ninja out of the movie.
Ugh. If you don't know who Diane Wood is, drink a lot first and go look up some music videos, folks. Drink a lot. Do not go into that sober.
Yeah.
And if you're straight edge, just avoid them. Ooh, what we got here?
So, this is Dr. Wu's take on Starscream, Starfear. This is that smaller scale of Legends they're doing. It's almost like Micromaster scale. And it appears they're all in on this.
To transform that.
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, it's pretty nuts.
Did y'all watch Kingdom yet?
Not yet. I don't have the Netflix credentials, so I've been waiting for. So here's the thing: is I rarely watch Netflix. Rarely, and so like whenever something's on Netflix, it like automatically logs me out. So I have to like wait, and I'll have to like text Lex, hey, what's the password?
I'm trying to psych myself up for it.
Here's my non-spoiler review. After the first episode, you get used to the new voices, and I actually enjoyed it. And once you put it into your brain that this is an all new story, they're not supposed to be retelling G1. It's an all new story, and you have to just live with that.
I've been doing that since the beginning. That's not been the issue for me.
It's like that Family Guy thing with the wrong sounding Muppets.
I do have to admit that Optimus Prime, my chest, I'm happy I'm still alive because my chest was hurting so bad just hearing him talk like this for every line in the show. No matter what was going on, even if it was an intense moment, he didn't do that rah, 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 Batman talk. I would have rather that. Just say one sentence, like really quick.
Yeah. I just think my issue with the series thus far is that everybody's voices blend together with the exception of a few. And it's just that whole super melodramatic, grizzled way of speaking. It's just...
Yeah.
No, it's
you don't have characters. You just have like, I'm depressed.
Well, the Maximal
died.
The Dinobot, Rat Trap, Brinox, Black Arachnia, I guess Beast Megatron, they had personality. They had similar personalities to the original show. Just the voices were slightly different. While Black Arachnia's was close, she kind of sounded like the Air Razor voice actress doing Black Arachnia's part.
So like Frieza. Like
Yeah.
the original Frieza before when it was still Ocean Group.
I just, like I said, I'm going to see it. I feel like I'm more obligated to watching it than actually enjoying it.
I think you'll like it. It's definitely better than the first two seasons.
That's okay. Well, it's not saying much, but okay.
I'm sure we'll have to do a B-side at some point with them for the others.
But this little Starscream, I won't be buying.
Man,
I may already have it. It's lost in my carpet already.
To be honest, like I've been fine with the core class they've been putting out for Kingdom. Like Matt's like, I'm getting out of Legends, and for me, after I got the core class Soundwave, that really sealed the deal for me. Like they're good. They do what I want them to do. They go great with my Titan class figures.
Yes, but like I said, it looks like something that will fall in a crack, between a crack in a bookshelf. You don't realize that it's gone for 4 years.
Yeah.
Hey, but
If
then
these
when you
were
find them,
cheaper, if they were cheaper, I would really want them.
yeah.
Because they do fit in with the Titan stuff.
Yeah. I think what it would take is for them to make characters that Hasbro is not making in the core class. Before, we had a discussion before you hop back on about how third party used to be placeholders, and
Yeah, I heard
now,
that.
yeah. So now it's like there's a competition. So it'd be cool if they were making figures that were priced cheaper, priced kind of competitively to fit in with like, hey, these will go good with your Titan class figures, will go good with your Arc. Make the ones that Hasbro hasn't made rather than retreading. Like, I mean, why pay $30 for that Soundwave when you can pay $10 for this?
Yeah. Right.
So,
Cool. Next.
well, next up, we're going to look at one more of these guys because this one is also kind of interesting. And this actually is a figure that Hasbro is not making, that being their take on Blaster. So, Soundmaster is the name of this one, also from Dr. Wu.
I feel like we had years ago when they first started doing third party, we had some figures like these. I forgot what they transformed into. Where they all had like a similar body, but they transformed into different things.
Was that World's Smallest Transformers?
I think they turned into like Target Masters or something.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But that was a long time ago, like 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
That's what these remind me. Definitely that Blaster. The way the boombox move has missing panels.
Yeah.
Right there. So you can see his crotch. Well, you can always see the crotch, but you can definitely see his thigh. It's it.
Well, like I said, you that scale does not work for me.
For what it is, it's fine. It's just, yeah.
Hey, you know what?
All right.
They didn't say that's just pride.
That's like a 3 out of 10 for me right there.
They did say some other things from Beast Wars.
Did they still say terrorize on the Predacon side?
I remember hearing maximize a lot, but I don't remember hearing terrorize. And it wasn't like an activation thing. It was just like, instead of saying roll out. And there were a ton of transformations. Every Beast Former transformed.
Oh, they actually showed it.
Arachnia, I think at one point they didn't even fake it. She was a spider, and then boom, robot. There was no shift in between.
Oh.
I was like, I might have to watch that part again. But everybody else, Cheetor, Tigatron, their transformation looked really good.
I guess I'm gonna have to watch it this weekend.
Yeah, same.
It's
okay, cool.
Like
Next.
you said, Dave, it's an obligation. So we'll get out of our Transformers news. We're gonna go right into other figure news. We don't have any new G.I. Joe news this week. I do plan on seeing Snake Eyes movie tomorrow. I actually already have my tickets purchased, so I'll maybe have some thoughts on that one. Maybe I'll do like a off-the-cuff recording where I don't have to rely on the internet and I'll just stream my thoughts. There is the only Joe news we have really is Lorenzo Bonaventura, however you say his name. He's like the Hasbro guy that's talks out of his ass for the movies, talking about the G.I. Joe franchise. So I don't see the Snake Eyes movie doing well, but we'll see if that even becomes a franchise. Going right into some cool stuff, we have a lot of stuff coming out from Marvel for the Marvel Legends. So we'll get into that. And let me get my link pulled up here.
I have links for every figure that I could find on my Amazon link.
Yeah. So worth
And
mentioning.
Worth
mentioning, these are all up for pre-order now. They had the the Marvel Tuesday event on Pulse, or was it Wednesday?
Oh,
today's Thursday. I think it was yesterday because like George had sent me an invite for the stream. Plastic Attic. So we will get into it. We've already seen. We've already seen her, Sylvie. And we get our look at. I think this is actually an interesting one. So this is the What If T'Challa was Star-Lord. This is actually, I believe, Chadwick Boseman's last recording with Marvel Studios.
It is, and that it's interesting because it's in the animation style as well.
Yes.
Somebody was mentioning using his head for Prowler, since they didn't give us a face sculpt.
It would work.
Prowler ball, right?
Well,
yeah, he was.
It's that animation style.
Yeah, I think this could definitely fit in with
Spider-Verse.
the Marvel Legends Miles.
Yeah. Well, I wish they made his boots a little bit of a different brown because at first I was like, wait, does he have like prosthetic feet?
Aww.
I'm just being...
Somebody else, I read that comment earlier. They said they thought he had his legs out and he has some type of flesh shoes.
Yeah. But I think this looks pretty cool.
I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch the show, but about 90% of these figures I am passing on.
Yeah, I'm getting the Captain Carter for some reason. I really like her design.
Yeah, Heist Nebula. I think this is probably one of the least interesting ones.
Especially because the actress who played Nebula is a redhead.
Yeah.
Mm.
But in the comics, I think Nebula is a blonde, so I think they're kind of nodding there. But if you want to see what the actress that plays Nebula actually looks like, watch the Jumanji movie. She's
or
she's
two seasons, or all the Matt Smith Doctor Who's.
Yeah. Karen Gillan. Yeah, the Agent Carter looks really good, or the Captain Carter looks really good here.
Her face sculpt is dead on.
Yeah. Right. Even though it's animated, it still looks like it.
Yeah.
It's like that's almost worth buying it just to pop the head off. Put it on.
And she also appears that she's got double jointed elbows here too.
Yep.
Huh.
If you look right there.
And pinless, no less.
They were bragging about that.
I just think it's funny. They give her the double jointed elbows, but they're not showing it off in the articulation. Okay, yeah, they still not showing off. Did Nebula have them? Let me go back to her.
No. Yeah, the just level.
Yeah.
It almost looks like they used her body from the Guardians of the Galaxy wave.
They probably did. And then, of course, we get the
Strange.
This one kind of looks cool. I mean, I love the magic effect.
Yeah, I like that it's a new effect and it's not that stupid one that they've been using for the past decade.
I might buy that one at a toy show.
I think he's an extensive retool of the original, the movie version. Because the skirt piece looks exactly the same.
That is the laziest thing ever made.
Yeah, so the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. God, this hairstyle looks terrible.
I wonder if he looks like that in the show.
Probably. Because the animation.
Apparently, it has pinless elbows, so this will be one of the first Spider-Man that don't have random red pins in the elbow.
I mean, that's kind of cool, but I mean, you can just wait for the, you know, the long way from home ones, or you know.
Yeah, easy pass for me.
Yeah, they claimed they didn't know anything about them. I'm like, that movie's about to come out. They have all the designs.
I mean, if you remove the cape and put the masthead on, this is acceptable. To be honest, I think yeah.
It's
But
funny.
this
It's
is
based
premium.
on the movie version.
Yeah, this is also a premium figure, isn't it? Well, no, it's not. It's just regular, you know.
Yeah. There is nothing exciting about of all the figures in the way. There is nothing exciting about this one. Ugly face sculpt. I mean, okay, the gauntlets, the plastic gauntlets. There you go.
Yeah,
That's a.
I have a bunch of that Spider-Man mold, and it's been my least favorite version of Spider-Man.
I'm getting Zombie Captain America.
Has the best shield.
It does. I think this is a really cool sculpt. I like the attention to detail on it.
I like that it has holes in the leg.
Yeah, and the chest, and this actually has some good paintwork going on. I like the.
I don't know the
blue.
story. Are they like zombies but still smart?
I'm not sure what the what if's gonna be, but in Marvel Zombies, all the heroes they didn't lose their intelligence.
Nope.
But they had an insatiable hunger. And like that was the thing, is like they couldn't be reasoned with because of their hunger. It gets really weird when they eat Galactus.
Yeah, no, they do. I try.
Yeah.
The irony.
Yeah.
Like world eater he gets eaten.
I think Black Panther has like the worst end of it, because they like basically they keep him alive and they carve him up.
I thought that's what they kind of do with the Hulk.
No, the Hulk becomes a zombie pretty much early on.
What about Deadpool? Did they keep him alive?
Deadpool zombie actually crosses into the 616 universe. That's what Deadpool is. Yeah. So.
But I mean, as desire for it, if I see it in a store, I might get it. I'm not putting an order for it, but yeah, I do like the legs. I like the gaps. It's it should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I imagine I will see this one in the store. I don't. Which is the one that doesn't come with the build figure piece? Is it Cap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so the Watcher is the build a figure for this line, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Captain America is the only one that doesn't come with a build a figure piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
so
I look at this Watcher, and I'm saying like this. That should probably be reused and turned into Mephisto.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
I think the Watcher is going to get re-released as it stands, simply because
they're re-releasing all the big old figures.
They're re-releasing, and we'll get into that in just a second, because spoilers, they're doing the Vulture. But you know, I feel like the Watcher is almost like you need multiples. So I don't think this is going to be your only shot at the mold if you don't want all the figures in this line. There is one deluxe figure in the line too. Actually, we'll go back to that to show off how large.
I thought it looked smaller in the pictures. So
yeah, and I think this is the first time in a while they've actually done a large, and I mean a large build-a-figure. Like this is larger than your typical deluxe figure.
Yeah.
And they made it easy that you can go get some fabric and make that a skirt.
Yeah. So yeah, Cap is the one that does not come with a piece. Actually, Doctor Strange doesn't either. So that's
him and Spider-Man. The legs are hidden.
Okay, that makes sense now. They're probably putting them on the bottom. Also makes sense to put them at the bottom too. It makes it harder for people to steal them. Then we get the Hydra Stomper, which I'm going to get this one.
I have 2 on pre-order.
2.
I am painting up one of those to look like a Punisher armor.
Okay,
You tell me that's not going to look good as a Punisher.
No, I didn't even think about that. I was like, that's going to be pretty cool.
As big as Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I might paint them both up just because. I mean, that it's a neat design, but I think it's very boring in the color scheme. Like, even if I just throw a black wash on that thing, I mean,
I'm worried that the hips can't even go 45 degrees forward.
Hard to say, because it's not like the thing that Hulkbuster had was he was kind of hindered by being a Build-A-Figure, I think. And here it's like this is more than your standard deluxe figure. This is like a $50 figure. So I would
have any pictures of his legs going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, again, once I paint the first one, I might even find myself tracking down more of these because this was looking really, really promising.
Yeah. I do see what you're saying at T, where like, it does look like that crotch piece is going to be a little bit of a hindrance.
I wonder, is it going to be $40 or 30 like the other?
It's $52.
Yeah, and that's on Amazon. Yeah,
you didn't actually look at the link I sent you, did you?
Yeah, I did see that. I forgot all about that.
Certain games says I need 8 of those armors.
Well, okay, this is think like an Iron Man 2 when he's fighting off all the drones. Infinite. This is exactly what those drones should be.
Yeah,
that's $400.
And so, the touch.
Would you rather have 8 figures for $400 or 1 figure for $400?
I think that 1 figure, to be honest, because it looks way more posable. Well, it is way more posable. No. It has lights.
Which has lights? Are you talking about Galactus?
Galactus.
Okay, well, we'll get into Galactus real quick because Galactus is. Well, let's do a real-time check. We used to do these for the last.
I had a joke about it being funded at the beginning of the month.
It was at 62% last I checked.
Yeah. So right now, Galactus is about, I would say, 75%. So they've got almost 10,000 backers right now, with 32 days to go. I mean, the Marvel stuff just does not have any issues getting funded. I mean, the Star Wars stuff's almost instantaneous, but I think this is probably about on par with the Sentinel so far.
No, Sentinel was funded.
It was like 1 day, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sentinel was like, dude. They were sitting there like, okay, let's put up these stretch goals. Crap, it's already there.
Yeah, everybody.
What do we fill time for the next couple weeks with?
Yeah. But I don't see Galactus having any issues getting funded, and I do think they'll probably hit a couple stretch goals. So
he'll be funded by the beginning of next month.
I just really, I mean, I know like one of the heralds is going to be Frankie Ray the Frankie Ray Nova, but man, if they do another surfer with this, it's just going to be boring.
Yeah,
they showed the surfer. I mean, they showed the silhouette of the surfer right there with the same.
That's Frankie Ray. That's Frankie Ray right there. I really think they should have, for the other herald, it should have been Fire Lord, because then it just would have been another simple buck, maybe the Sunfire buck, the staff.
They said it's a lot of room in this picture for other things to be on there if they reach the goals.
Well,
but yeah, I need to sell some stuff so I can get it. I do not like that hair.
That's an easy pass for me. I have zero connection with binary. I'm still waiting for freaking Quasar and Nova. Those I need. This, meh.
Yeah, this is gonna be like the figure we see in Walgreens for the next couple years.
3 years.
Yeah, I mean she's gonna go alongside, and I was always kind of shocked that Medusa didn't sell as well as she did, because I mean, for Fantastic Four fans,
her hair was not posable at all. It was terrible.
yeah.
I think I did come up with a pose to make it look like she was grabbing somebody with her hair.
Who's that Pokemon?
Blaziken.
And then they go over.
Oh, this.
So yeah, if you missed out on Vulture, here is your chance. T, you had some thoughts on this, because this is kind of like a I don't know, slap in the face of people that did the Build-A-Figure, because it's just, on one hand, yeah, you get a better version of the character, but geez,
My feeling is it's been a lot of years. Spider-Man came out a while
doesn't feel
ago.
like it though, does it?
No, it does not. I mean,
It doesn't really, but then when I be looking at my videos that I think happened recently, and I'm like, oh crap, that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, 2017. It's just crazy to think that was 4 years ago.
I might skip this one. I like the new updates, and I think they gave him pinless knees and elbows.
yeah.
But and the guns
and the
but
visor.
I think I'm gonna skip them because I went through hell collecting that thing.
Same here.
He's also a Target exclusive, so there's that.
Yeah,
I
but
think if this came with a Michael Keaton head sculpt, it would have been over the top.
Right. I don't know why they didn't do that.
I like that.
Does the rights belong to Warner Brothers?
I don't think he does. I just think it's,
the visor comes off the helmet.
Yeah. So yeah, if you go back one, there you can see it. He's actually got the visor there.
Man,
because that was stock for the original Vulture.
Just by the.
Well, I don't. I mean, okay, I'm getting her.
What body mold is that?
It's like a
It's new.
book.
Oh, it's a new one?
Yeah, they said it's completely new. It's not reused at all.
If it's completely, does she have? No, she does have double jointed elbows.
Yeah, and they're pinless. I think. I don't think She-Hulk was pinless on anything.
No.
You know what's interesting?
Her body was so different.
They're talking about like doing all the cutting back on plastic, at least with I guess not just with Transformers. The Tiger Electronics reissues, they have no plastic on the packaging at all. Like they're completely open and exposed. So it's crazy to me. Like, what are they going to do for Marvel Legends? Especially trying to do like the throwback stuff.
I think they're going to continue to do this because there's no way they can get around it.
Yeah. Yeah. Tiger looks good.
But they're going to be in a box with those little plastic ties on it, and it's going to look cheap as hell.
Yeah.
Or actually, their face might be poking out like Bumblebee. So,
yeah. Or
they might be just in a box like that hand.
I won't be shocked if they go this route. So this Hand Ninja, is he being sold? So you watch the stream. Is he being sold at a discount, or is he going to be, your standard fair figure?
I imagine it's going to be 15, or if maybe they had to raise that price up. To be honest,
well,
I imagine it's going to be less than 20.
I mean, that has everything the other one has, just different color.
Yeah, and no legs for.
Right.
I'm actually really disappointed. This was a really nice chance that they could have put the throwing star hand or throwing knives hand with Like I actually would have taken out the commas, the two little scythes, and instead given them a throwing star hand, or even reuse the hands from Death Dealer, from the that had one holding the dagger and the other one throwing the blades.
I hope they sell these at a discount because that would be good competition for articulated icons. I mean,
I was
it would
about to
also
say
be, yeah,
they might sell them in different colors as well.
yeah. And then, of course, if you wanted them to, fit in with your G.I. Joe Classified series. you could do that.
I mean, I have 3-hand ninjas already in the red. I've got 4 classified ninjas, and 4 articulated icon. I've got ninjas already all over the place.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Pretty much.
So, lots of cool stuff coming on here. They also showed us that the Ghost. So it's funny, like any Target I've been going to this week, I've been seeing the Plasma series stuff on clearance because hey, they only had one wave of it, and it's been on the shelves for a while. We got some new Plasma series stuff. Doesn't seem like Hasbro is giving up on it, and
Toilers, everybody,
some Toilers. So if you saw the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer, I think there's a lot in that alludes to this happening. But yeah, we get a look at the Afterlife figures that are coming out.
What I didn't know about the Viper's gun,
What's that?
I didn't know that the magazine came out as rifle on the Viper.
Oh yeah. Same thing with Roadblock, that weird electric gun that he has, like the rail gun. The magazine comes out of that too.
And we see that the original Ghostbusters, they must have paid Bill Murray a ton of money, or he's going to be a CGI. It's going to be deep fake Bill Murray.
No, it's more they paid Dan Aykroyd a lot of money because Bill Murray appeared in the all women's cast one.
I think. Well, they all
seem like he's really full into this.
Oh, excuse me, 1 second.
I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that after Harold Ramis passed, like they all felt a certain way about it. The video game, for all intents and purposes, is the third movie.
Right.
And
I need to buy that. I played the demo, but I never bought it.
Oh crap! Buy it on. I'd say buy it on the Switch, but get it on the PS4. Play it on your PS5. The Switch version is just so blurry.
Right. That's my problem with Fortnite. After playing it on the PS5 and then going back to the Switch playing Fortnite, it's like, holy crap. It looks like playing a Nintendo 64 game.
I mean, that's a little exaggeration, but I
you
get what you're
gotta
saying.
see it. Yeah, it'd be below 30 frames per second. Lag everywhere.
And then you get treated the PlayStation 5. You get ray trace reflections. I think it's like 1440p, even with the all the effects on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I get they get it on PS5. I think when I bought it, it was like $6. I bought it on the Switch when it first came out, and then I was like, this, because I played it on the 360 originally, and I was like, I thought it looked better on the 360. Maybe that's like my nostalgia goggles back when I had like my 720p TV.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, awesome game, and a lot of callbacks to the original. What's really weird is they got rid of the product placement when they re-released it on like Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Like they had like retro ads for Pepsi and Dorito and Frito-Lay in the game, and then they like changed them to generic shit when they re-released the game. It's all the stuff that I noticed. Well said.
At least all of them have their little blast effects.
Yeah. As they should have from the get-go. They should have had those. I guess we'll get into it because it looks like they're going to do build a figure for this wave a little bit differently. I also wonder how long have they been sitting on these figures, because Afterlife was supposed to be out well over a year ago. Then you could get the kids. The one based on Finn Wolfhard looks kind of weird. Like they've got him. I think both of these look like they're using like adult bodies, but they have them hunched over to look more like kids.
They're probably tall.
And then you have like this. And this thing shows up in the trailer. It looks like an evolution of the Demon Dog almost, but I'm guessing this is probably going to be a Build-A-Figure.
That's terrible.
I don't even think I see 6 parts in that.
I mean, it's probably you get the head with one of them, the
Arms,
the little
with
kid,
one.
yeah, the little kid. He probably comes with the
You know what?
torso.
Those legs do not look like they move.
Didn't they make a Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure that was whack like that years ago?
That
like
was what?
Puck or something. Was Puck fully posable?
Puck was, yeah.
Yeah. They don't have a single. No, all of them. I can't think of any Marvel Legends that have a static figure. Now-
Spider-Ham.
Okay. Well.
And Rocket with those legs that don't move.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that first.
Okay, but
Rocket was-
no, but I'm talking about as a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah. Yeah, as a Build-A-Figure, I can't think of one. Sporting says
Well,
the little kid got
Spider-Ham
screwed out
was
of
by-
accessories.
Yeah. Spider-Ham was you're buying the Monster Venom chess piece and you get a free little.
Spider-Ham with it.
Right.
But you also got the venomized Spider-Ham head with it. So
Pass.
I would. For me, this is going to be like, do I enjoy the movie? Like the trailer looked good. I'm excited to see it. I'm cautiously optimistic because it's like on one hand, it kind of looks like it could be Stranger Things. I just want
But
this to capture
Stranger
the spirit.
Things was trying to be these type of movies.
Yeah, but Stranger Things also wasn't funny. I think that's like the disconnect. Like Ghostbusters is pretty funny. I mean, Ray gets blown by a ghost. You have like the Bill Murray one-liners throughout the whole thing. So I don't know. I expect Paul Rudd to be like the comedic relief in the movie, but we'll see. I'm kind of going into it with like my expectations like completely neutral.
Yeah, I hope Paul Rudd is in more scenes than what they're showing in the trailer.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get through the rest of this. We got get this here. Go over this. The only new McFarlane thing we have this week, other than McFarlane taking over the DC Directs.
Another new Batman?
Another new Batman. Well,
Yeah,
this is the
it's
White
been 2
Knight.
weeks. That's been forever.
I know. This one actually isn't even really a new Batman. This is just the White Knight versus Azrael. We get a new look at the Rebirth Lobo.
Buying.
We get the Reverse Flash.
Buying.
We get Superboy Prime. That's actually a pretty
Buying.
cool sculpt. And of course, this box set with the two. I think really this is just the coolest thing about this is the flame effect.
Yeah, and the paint job on that Azrael.
Yeah.
I don't know jack about Superboy Prime, but that looks awesome.
So that's Superboy Prime basically. He was literally got like shunted through the multiverse, and he made an armor that was charged with yellow sun energy.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like something I would be fighting with Frieza.
I think the coolest thing about this
when Superboy Prime at this time, he was a major villain. He actually ended up working with the Yellow Lantern Corps.
Or you know what? That looks like a My Hero Academia suit.
a little bit, I guess, with like the pipe work coming out of it. I think
You
the
have to
coolest
use
thing
my
about this is the blue dry brushing in the hair.
The face looks good. Period.
It does. It's like that matte. All the matte coloring on that looks really awesome.
At one point, he actually got shunted into our world, and he became an internet troll. I kid you. That's what happened. Superboy Prime was.
So, speaking of internet trolling, what if I told you that Storm Collectibles was going to do another line, a separate line of Mortal Kombat figures?
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that.
I did.
And then what if I told you that that line was going to be based off of the 2021 film?
I would be telling you. I think Todd McFarlane had his bid sniped at 20 seconds before the online bidding closed.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
It's
this is
the only
interesting.
way I'm going to get a Cabal from Storm Collectibles. That's how I see it.
I cannot wait to get that dude that's on the far left, whose name I forgot already. Cool. I can't wait to get him.
Yeah, with his with his golden sweater, his golden fleece.
And that ugly Melina.
Yeah.
For me, I want the Cabal, and I'll probably be a sucker on the Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Because I'm a sucker for Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
I mean, the only thing I can
really
see
like
about
that.
this, I was gonna say the only thing I could see like really being cool out of this line is if they do some cool effects pieces like with Jax.
And
Sub-Zero.
Kano. And probably
Yeah.
Kano.
For me, it's just give me more of the classic characters. And with this news, Storm is not giving up on their classic Mortal Kombat trilogy characters because we got an awesome reveal with Kintaro. Oh my god, I can't wait to get this figure. Yeah, I pre-ordered him too.
Give me more. Give me more.
So yeah, this is just this one looks perfect.
That's what the UR, folks, not with an ER.
Yeah, I just think this looks absolutely amazing. I do like that Sub-Zero arms.
I don't remember him being that tall in the video game.
Yeah, oh, he's as tall as Goro.
If I had known they were doing that Sub-Zero, I would have held off.
Yeah, I probably
Goro
would
in
too.
the original game wasn't all that tall.
Oh, does he have arm ripping effects? Yay!
Arm ripping effects, head ripping effect.
I hated him in Shao Kahn. They took forever to die.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because that's some Mortal Kombat 11 stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of effects pieces here. Here's the money shot.
That looks.
This is the absolute money shot. Like, I'm going to replicate that as my display when
I agree.
Taller than Goro. I don't think his feet are on the same level as Goro. So
yeah, I think his shins look a little bit longer than Goro, but they're in about the same height.
they might be the same height.
Still, like, oh shit, Dave.
Oh, sold.
So, if you have the
sold.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'm glad I bought this. Oh, that's perfect. I mean, that right. Okay, never mind. I'm glad I already have. I got them pre-ordered, and I am satisfied with my pre-order.
There you go. I love that sort of thing.
Arms separately. Think they can sell arms separately?
You never know.
Yeah, but
if not, I'm sure you could find an arms dealer online.
But at any rate, I think like that's such a cool bonus to like take out some of the blandness of that. So I like the Sub-Zero figure, but that's really awesome. Because I was expecting for that to be like some sort of exclusive.
That's what I was about to think. That was. I'm pleased. I am. And I like is how their effects like take advantage of the weaknesses of Storm Collectibles being easy to pull apart. It's like, okay, then we'll just make that as part of the gimmick.
Yeah, I don't really think that that's really a detriment. Like, especially if you're going to use effects pieces, like if you're going to do Mortal Kombat, like absolutely make that part of the gimmick. And I really do like how he's got three different faces. I'm super satisfied with how this is shaping out. Now they just need to give us a Shang Tsung. They need to give us 2 Shang Tsungs, old and Mortal Kombat 2.
Well, technically, you have Shang Tsung on your shelf. Just keep taking it out and say, "Oh, this is Shang Tsung now. Now this guy's Shang Tsung now."
He's anybody you want him to be. All right. Next up, we have Wave 2 of Masters of the Universe Revelations. Get a look at Beastman, Man-at-Arms, Spikor, and Tila. I imagine these will probably be hitting shelves relatively soon.
Beastman, though. Beastman looks like he would fit in a couple lines, too, which is neat.
Spikor is hideous. Tila.
Everyone says no longer a fan of Dave. Yeah, Sportimus says October. I'm willing to bet these will probably hit.
I imagine they'll hit.
You picked yourself out of the screen, man.
Probably August. But Tila should have had a more angrier face.
I agree. I mean,
they gave her a concerned looking face.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can trust my internet now because my iPhone just died. Yeah, I agree. I think that the thing with this line is the faces are all sort of on the weak side. I mean, Man-at-Arms here looks pretty good. Beastman looks good, but just these faces are kind of like they're trying to have. Actually, I don't even think Man-at-Arms looks all that great.
Yeah, Man-at-Arms is just looking into the distance.
I was hoping Man-at-Arms would have come with a big-ass bazooka.
I don't know. Man-at-Arms might have broke the screen because he was crazy badass on that show.
Jedi Mindset says, no screaming face for Tila means no buy. She's not even screen accurate.
One thing I have to say I liked with that show is when he did the huge-ass bazooka and they jumped from Castle Grayskull. And I'm like, is he about to do a superhero? Oh, he's got a grappling hook.
No, when he jumped off the boat and then he used the grappling hook and then brought Merman to him, I was like, holy crap.
Merman, voiced by Kevin Conroy.
That I didn't know until later. Now I'm going to have to really pay attention to watch it again.
God, the voice cast in that show. I mean, I'm loving Clancy Brown as freaking Beastman.
And the Joker.
Well, that was. Yeah, Mark Hamill can do no wrong.
Yeah, nah, it's still weird. It was weird hearing the Joker coming out of Skeletor's face.
Especially when you have Alan Oppenheimer still doing voice acting.
Well, I like the fact that Oppenheimer is the old sagely character. And Oppenheimer was killed by Mark Hamill. It's like, I'm taking the old Skeletor and you're gone.
I didn't know that. I watched the after show and they said that he did a voice in there, but you got to really pay attention.
Well, he did. When they're in Preternia, he had a little more dialogue.
I think that my issue with this toy line is they shouldn't include the bonus hands. I think for all the figures I've got so far, the extra hands have been useless. and it's just like, just give us the grasping hands that are kind of like,
I disagree. They should have grasping hands and 2 fists instead of a weird slapping hand.
the slapping hands definitely, those can, they can go away. Like the one for He-Man, like I understand its purpose, like it's for his shield.
No, I don't even use it for that. Just use the grasping hand.
Yeah, but the grasping hand looks better holding the shield. In all honesty, I was just messing. I been messing with this figure quite a bit. But yeah, I wish that they came with multiple faces instead of multiple hands in order to get to the price point they're at.
You know what though? This is probably still some of the best work Mattel's put out in years.
Yeah, outside of Amber Collection's pretty good too. I think it's a return to form for them. I really
Amber
think
Collection dinosaurs are really nice. I would say the Amber Collection people are really well done.
Have you seen John Hammond?
Well,
Wait till you see John Hammond, because I was tempted to get that, and I was just like,
but like I've passed over the Jeff Goldblums many a time.
yeah.
These these came right out the gate. I mean, like I said, I mean, it is a mental thing for me to not own any of these because I have no space for them in my collection. But I definitely have to give credit where credit's due. The packaging is nice. The presentation's nice to it.
Well, the packaging is definitely the best toy packaging on the shelves right now. I mean, if you want something that's going to, it's funny how Hasbro has really been cutting back on their packaging, and Mattel kind of like hit a slump. And yet, I think the Amber Collection packaging and the Masters of the Universe Revelation packaging, it stands out on the shelf. Like, you're not missing it.
Yeah, it looks good, but it goes right in my trash can.
I like what Jedi Mind says here. He says He-Man should have had a pointing hand to lead in the battle. he wants it from behind. All right. Well, let's. We got a few more things to get through. The next couple are just going to be quick. So first up, Turtles in Time, Bebop and Rocksteady. If you want it, it's a thing. Yeah, it's a huge pass for me. From probably the least memorable boss fight in that game, I was just like, let's just get it over with. I still kind of want that Baxter though, just because he's a different mold. I've seen him in the GameStops around here. He also comes with the big hand effect. Same thing with Slash. I like how Slash looked in the game way more than he did in the cartoon. And then next up, we've actually got from Playmates. Playmates is, you're going to start seeing Turtles on the shelves again, folks. Playmates is doing some new 2-packs. We've got Leonardo versus Rocksteady. I can't tell if these are new molds or they're reused.
They are not.
Nothing new.
They're the same.
Totally out of scale.
Yeah, the only thing new is the Triceratops.
Okay.
And I think he's out of scale as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Rocksteady should be 20% bigger.
Yeah, Shredder is really tiny there.
Well, Shredder's new too, right, Cleve? I don't think they have a release Shredder. Yeah, it's weird. It's like they're from 2 different toy lines, and
it's not the first time Playmates has done that though, because remember Toys R Us had the Evolutions line where they did like reissues all the way up to the CG cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like the Bay movie and the CG cartoon, everything from like I think they even did like some of the Mirage interpretations there.
I think the only thing they didn't have was that animated movie that came out.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't think they have the rights to that. Yeah. I wish I could go back in time if I known that. Made my kids take better care of them because they had all 4 of them.
Continuity-wise, it's still supposed to take place in the Jim Henson universe.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Serengate says NECA and Super 7 stole the thunder. Yeah, NECA is just... I don't even think of Playmates when I think of Ninja Turtles toys anymore. I think of NECA.
Well, I mean, and they were the originator, but I think they're.
Yeah.
I think this is just being. I honestly think this is being released for one reason and one reason only: keep the copyright.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's not being done to. Cerrone Game says being Playmates is 10 years late. It's not 10 years late. This is sole purpose is just because they have to use the IP. If they don't use the IP, they lose the IP.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly be putting product out to show you're using it.
Yeah.
I don't care about these, and they shall not be purchased.
I'd like to see Playmates have a return to form. I'd like, again, my biggest complaint with NECA is that the toys just don't have the playability. And
Playmates did great with those Voltron lions.
they did. They did. And
I bought two versions of them. I bought the classic and the modern.
Yeah.
And I thought they did a great job with it. I'm really surprised. I was just really sad they didn't pick up another mecha line because they did a great job with those figures.
Yeah. Yeah, the classic Voltron was way better than the modern one. I think the biggest problem with the modern one was, one, they didn't have a good enough mechanism for the arms to detach, and two, no head articulation really hurt that figure.
It didn't have a bicep swivel.
Yeah, that too. That was a really weird thing.
I was like, why would they have forearm swivel? Like, they couldn't even go like this.
Yeah. So
I mean, I got them both. I thought I was really pleased with Playmates with that job.
yeah.
And so it's like Playmates can do it. I would love to see them get something like the Robotech franchise. To be honest, I bet they do with that kind of work.
Yeah.
I like that both of those sets for a couple of months, and then I sold both of them.
All right, next.
Here too. One thing I just noticed is they come with like reissues of the old accessories, and of course the Walmart classics are hitting now. And these things are not priced too high. Like the Walmart exclusive Turtle Van is like $35. I'm actually tempted to pick that up when I see it because I missed the Turtle Van. Anyway, our last bit tonight is the Blitzway Studio Voltron. Now, I wish Matt was here. Matt has been infatuated with this thing since it was announced. I can't remember. Does Matt have the Soul Chigokin one?
Yes, and I think he pre-ordered this.
He did pre-order this?
Oh my God!
No wonder.
No wonder he took Katie out on vacation. This is I have to preface this. This is a very beautiful piece.
It's gorgeous. It's stunning.
Very beautiful piece. It is 15 inches tall. It is mostly die cast. This is a contender to Soul Chigokin. Now, the Soul Chigokin one got up to this price point when it was scarce. I
don't even know if it's a contender. It's way better. It does better things like hide the legs.
Yeah.
You have two versions of the pilots.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the legs fold into it. It actually hide inside it.
Yeah. And they have like the little stands that make it look like the rainbows coming out of them.
That pose right there is money.
Extra face for.
Look at that ab crunch.
I can hear the theme looking at that. This has me contemplating canceling Robeson Optimus and putting my money towards this. And I think the leg lines have more articulation. Like a better ab crunch right there.
Yeah, they have that midsection. Look, this looks beautiful. And
give me the money shot. I want to see them on that flight stand.
All right, let me pull that up.
There you
go.
Damn.
This looks beautiful. For me, I'm not a big enough Voltron fan to say the Soul Chigokin one is just not good enough. Like, I love that Soul Chigokin figure. I feel like for what I got it for, it's great. I don't necessarily think that I have, the space for a 15-inch Voltron, and let alone a $700 Voltron.
Make space.
I can't. I gotta like this is where I like, say like this one's just not for me.
If I had Solar Chogokin, I wouldn't consider buying this.
If it had cost the same price as Solar Chogokin,
Even if it was $100 more, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to sell my Solar Chogokin.
no. If it was, like I said, that display right there, I love that display. I would still love to get a reduced version of that, to have the Lions just doing that flight next to the Solar Chogokin.
Yeah.
But
I think this is a more successful Voltron than the Solar Chogokin.
Yeah.
Like, the Lions, I think, are just kind of, yes, they do have more articulation, but as far as like looks, I think they're kind of on par.
Yeah, they gotta be screen accurate. But once I saw how big it was and the extra articulation and the extra accessories, I was like, I already knew it was gonna be like well over 500.
I'd pay 5. I'd drop the 5. I can't drop the 7.
Solar Chogokin is like way small. I think he's like the height of.
Well, Solar Chogokin's
like
about 12 inches, I think. Yeah, 10 or 11 or 12 inches.
I remember it being like 10 inches, like something way shorter than I thought.
Sorry, Games Guy. I think the Playmates version is. I think it's a big one. It's like.
Yeah, the Playmates version is like 16 inches tall, I think.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between 14 and 16 inches tall.
I mean, dang, I can't pay. It's immaculate. I can't say a negative thing about this. I cannot pay it. I have the Solar Chogokin. I have both Voltrons. And I am very pleased with them. They look great in my display case. This just looks that much better.
I love the pilots as a touch. I just
now if these guys do freaking a Megazord, I'm dead.
I do like the stand a lot better than the one that you get with the SOC, like the weapon rack.
I like the weapon.
It's better. And that right there, that pose right there, I don't think Solar Chogokin can do that.
No, it can't.
No, it doesn't have the ab crunch to do that.
And I don't think the knee raises up.
Nope. Again, Solar Chogokin is here. This is just there. Do not discount the Solar Chogokin by far. Because when that thing came out, Solar Chogokin is a Lexus. This right here is a freaking Bugatti.
I think this just proves my point. Like when the Solar Chogokin one sold out, I always maintain the, and again, it's a little hypocritical of me to say because I do get fear of missing out, but I still stand by there will always be something bigger and better that's going to come out, and this proves that point. All the people that were dropping like $700 on that SOC when it sold out, now look what you got.
They were regretting it as soon as the SOC got reissued for $350.
Right,
and the SOC is a $350 figure.
Yeah, and I paid $175 for the SOC.
Fuck you.
Hey, I was in a toy group on Facebook.
It's okay. I paid $175 for the Megazord.
I paid $175 for the Megazord as well.
Okay, now fuck you again.
And I think I only paid like $120 for the Dragon Zord.
I think I paid $150 for mine.
And I'm waiting on Titanus to go back on. Every time Titanus goes on sale, I can't. I got no need.
Titanus, it's a waste of shelf space.
I know, but I still want it. I want it to complete the set. But I'm waiting on that deal on like deep discount. It's come down to like as low as like 120, and I just was like,
is Titanus that big turtle thing?
No, that's
that's Tor the Shuttle Zord, and that's part of the Thunder Zord group.
Yeah,
Titanus is like a Brachiosaurus, and
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, if money was no object, I would get this guy. But I'm very happy with my display where I've got vehicle Voltron and line Voltron next to each other, and they're in scale with one
Same here.
another.
They look great.
You know, I'm sure Blitzway will probably do a vehicle Voltron, but I'm happy with what I got. I try to stay in my lanes. If you can afford this one, hats off to you. Honestly, this would be like if like Voltron was my main thing. Like Transformers is my main passion. So
On that note, I would, like I said, I'd put $40 in a raffle for this guy. You know what I mean?
yeah, I feel you. And if you win it, I'm sure we will never hear the end of it.
Nope. Like I said, I put $40 in a raffle for it, but I would not spend that money for it. I would, but yeah, that's my 2 cents. Anything else?
Best thing I ever won was that freaking Sovereign, Fans Toys Sovereign for $12.
For me, it's the Golden Lagoon Optimus Prime.
For me, it's my Special Ops Punisher.
Fuck you.
I won that for $5.
I got the Golden Lagoon Prime for 18. I was like, I'm never gonna buy this thing. I don't really want it, but I'm gonna enter the raffle. And sure enough, my name got called on it. And I was like, great. I only win the stuff I don't care about, like the Mech Fans toys. I think I even gave that one to you, T. The Mech Fans toys 6-shot.
Oh yeah, that's sitting on my job.
Of all my Mezcos, I've only paid for 2 Mezcos. And I literally won most of the rest of them. And that was the MDX Blade, and that was the Special Ops Punisher.
Nightwing and no, that ain't gonna happen. They are not gonna give me this Blitzway Voltron.
If I had $700, if I had $700 to kill right now, I'd be buying myself a Kamado Joe.
Honestly,
or another fan system down here.
If Joe and Maria got me the Voltron, I'm sure Alexa would be like, "You got him a fucking $700 Voltron when we could have used a new washing machine." She'd be livid.
That's actually pretty funny too.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going from having brand new appliances that we like. Little anecdotal thing before we wrap up for the night because we're running a little long. Hey, technical difficulties. I'm going to blame them. But, before we sold the house, we had all brand new appliances except for the dryer. And the dryer was fine. But, this new house we're going into, all the appliances are like a little bit aged. So.
I put a new kitchen into my house and had to sell it.
Mm.
Like new kitchen, like $15,000 kitchen.
Yeah. And then you reset. Does the place you're in now, does it at least have like decent countertops?
That's probably the countertop's better. The dryer, I still have to get a new washing. I got to get a new dishwasher for it. Stove's okay, but yeah. I got granite countertops.
The only thing I'm not hating is, well, I shouldn't say the only thing I'm not hating, but we're getting a freezer, like a legitimate meat freezer downstairs. There's a full fridge downstairs. We only had one fridge in the old house, and it's gas. So I've said, any place we live, I absolutely want to have gas instead of electric because cooking on an electric stove sucks. I'd love to have induction one day, but that's another story.
Oh, I know.
So, all right. But before this turns into a cooking show, I guess we'll wrap it up here. So, again, if you want to find us, check out the link in the description below. We've got all of our contact info. Check out our Teespring store, the Fab Shop. It helps us out. You're going to look good doing it. And we hope to see you at TFCon. We're repping the figure action merchandise, that'd be awesome. You're gonna need some figure action points and a high five, and hopefully, if CDC guidelines allow it, a hug. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for putting up with our technical difficulties this evening.
I'll give you an air pound.
Yeah, give an air pound. And I think that's going to do it for tonight's show. I should have, when Matt comes back, I should have an unboxing video this weekend. No Effort Randomness sent me that care package. I've been trying to coordinate with Matt, so I plan on doing a live unboxing because I'm really excited to see what he sent over to me. Again, dude, you really didn't have to. Appreciate it so much. So I'm looking forward to doing that unboxing. Also, I might live stream some thoughts about Snake Eyes. And we are probably going to do some B-sides coming up. So make sure you like our video if you like what we're doing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell because as I get into this house, I plan on doing bonus content. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming out. So we're going to do some B-sides. And yeah, we'll catch you all same time next week. Same Figure Action channel on YouTube. We love you all. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you then.
The Matt came back the very